Hello, 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 and welcome back to T is for Temidayo. Today is December 27th, 2025. I believe it is Saturday. It is 8:22 p.m. I know it is much later than I usually do this, but I figured I would either try to do it before the sun sets, which is at like 4 o'clock, or at that point, it doesn't really matter. And I've been really meaning to shower before I do this. And so I finally got in the shower. And I'll tell you more about why it took me so long to do that after we do this. Let's get started. So, as you see, boom, I don't have gloves on today. And I have done 2 pumps today. So there's a lot of product here that we're going to apply to our shoulders. And we're going to let the excess kind of, go through our hands. Like I said, I have showered. So my, there is more on this hand and there's also, I have showered, so there is lotion everywhere else other than my shoulders. And then when I wake up in the morning, if they're still looking pretty dry, I will put some lotion on them. Since I have a little bit of excess, it's not really visible. I'm just gonna rub that excess on my abdomen. And we're done. First day, 2 pumps. Oh my God. Okay, so we're chatting while this dries. The reason I have done 2 pumps today is one, yesterday I had the impulse to do 2 pumps. I've actually had the impulse to do 2 pumps for a couple of days now, probably about a week. And I've been actively stopping myself from pumping it a second time. And I figured if I have the impulse and it's an extended impulse that I've had for this long, I might as well just do it, see what happens. That's the first reason. The second reason is because, and it is tied to the reason that this is happening at 8 p.m. I got my period today. Now, I understand. At this moment in my life, until this kicks in, I have one of those. About every 28 days. And I know that they're about every 28 days because I have been tracking them. I've been tracking them via the same application on my phone for the last 11 years. Right around the time that I first started getting active and was thinking about, making sure that I know who my partners are and what I've done with those partners, especially when I was still engaging with cis men. And once I got a new phone in 2020, which is about 5 years ago now, actually, truly 5 years ago, because I got it right around Black Friday of 2020, I've been tracking it via the same app on this new phone. So the information on the app is incredibly accurate, which is what I'm so pissed right now. But it's also a good thing. And here's how I'm seeing both what's happening and also how it's a good thing. First of all, what is happening? What is happening is that not only have I already had a cycle this month in December, and then I get it, it's a long month. And I was hoping to only have 12. I guess I'm going to be one of the lucky ones and have 13 cycles in the year of 2025. And I'm rubbing it on my hair, and this is why I wear gloves, y'all. I don't even know what to do with my hands. But yeah, I already knew I was gonna maybe get it twice. I was like, maybe it'll come first week of January, which is not ideal, but at least I'm not dealing with 13 cycles in the same year. I was expecting it closer to December 30th, December 31st. And instead, I got it December 27th. I was literally laying in my bed reading a book because I wanted to start my morning with a book instead of immediately getting on my phone. First morning that I've been able to successfully do this now that I'm also not sick. And I've been able to find a better rhythm to sleep in which also meant that I had to talk to the folks downstairs who have like a beauty supply store that was running ads starting at 9:30 in the morning. So it had been a really difficult time for me to be able to sleep in because I was trying to sleep in, and instead at 9:30 sharp for like almost a year they'd been playing these ads for every season, every, whatever commercial season that was coming up. It was horrible. I did in fact have to confront them, and they did adjust. So it's taken me some long earned time to be able to sleep in. I slept in. I woke up. I was reading this book. I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm feeling just a little bit of extra moisture. And I don't usually feel that. And so, oh my God, I'm probably going to wear gloves tomorrow because I literally don't know what to do with my hands. I'm probably, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit of extra moisture. It might just be to the fact that I'm wearing a lot of blankets, I'm wearing a lot of layers, whatever. Like maybe it's just sweat. I get up a couple hours into reading my book to use the restroom, and I wipe. And I wipe. And I wipe. And I wipe. And I was like, oh no. Am I spotting? Is this spotting? Is this spotting? Is this the telltale spotting? That sounds like my cycle is now being altered by what I've been taking for almost a month every single day. And then here comes the good part. And this is the reason that I've been trying to remember this good part, is that this is the point. This is one of the points of why I've been doing this every day for the past 27 days consistently, and probably like 30 days total with the 3 days that I did in November. Like 30 days. That's pretty amazing. That's really, really amazing. Yes, this is the point, that it will change my cycle. It will lessen my cycle to include the cramps. It will lessen the cycle, and then it will disappear the cycle entirely. That is the point. And with that, I took almost a sigh of relief. I can't say it was a complete sigh of relief because it's still cramping. It's still incredibly dysphoric for me. It still means that I have to engage with a part of my body specifically that I try to only engage with under certain circumstances, and usually with another person. And here I am having to engage with it 3 to 4 days earlier than I was expecting to engage with it, at what point I would have been slightly more mentally and physically prepared to be engaging with it. And I think that's the part that's the most difficult for me, is that I was not expecting it. And because of that, I was not prepared to be dealing with it mentally, to be dealing with it physically. More mentally than anything, because it takes a lot of work for me to be like, okay, there's a certain level of disassociation that I have to do connected to the fact that this is happening and I do not want it to be happening. And there's a certain level of like presence that I have to have, because all of a sudden I am hyper aware about this part of my body. And like for many reasons, I need to be aware about what's happening in this part of my body because it is calling my attention to it. Not only is it like the actual shedding process, it's the cramping, it's the bloating, it's what am I putting in my body? Am I getting enough water? Do I have, the correct garments? Do I have the correct products? Do I have the correct medication? All of a sudden I have to have a full awareness of this body at the same time that I'm trying to disassociate from this part of my body. And it is so cognitively taxing to do. Already cognitively taxing to do every 28 days, and now I'm having to do it early. So you can see why I was not feeling great when I first saw what was going on when I went to the restroom this morning. I got some extra medication while I was running errands this afternoon. I took a shower. I took said medication and have since been sat on a heating pad. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to do this video earlier than that because I've just needed the mental time to bring myself up to speed. And now I'm prepared, and we will continue tomorrow. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I love you so very much. I hope that if this is happening to you, that cycle ends soon because my goodness, you already know. I'll see you tomorrow where we will read. Fingers crossed. We will read more. I love you. Bye.